The most common question I get asked about being gay in the workplace is, you know, I don't tell you about my sex life or what I do in bed, so why do you have to tell me what you do in bed? You know, that question is sort of still frustrating that I'm still hearing it because, you know, of course it has nothing to do with what I do in bed and any more than it has to do with what my heterosexual colleagues do in bed. Yet I certainly know a lot about their family situations and their relationship situations, and I think that's good because it adds humanness to the workplace. I mean, we spend most of our lives there, so it makes sense that we know each other as people.
So I'm just out, I'm just who I am, and I found it to be the most rewarding experience I've ever had, and it's been an incredible gift to myself. It really has been. A weight has been taken off my shoulder. I can just go in there and be me, and I don't have to pretend who I am. I'm just me, and it's wonderful.
I'm 40 years old. I'm gay. I've been married, and I'm the father of 3 children. I'm out to just about everyone in my life, including everyone that I work with. I decided after several years of hiding my identity from my coworkers that it was really taking a toll on me personally and on the work that I was able to perform for my company.
One of the reasons that I chose to do this was that there were very few women lesbians that were out at work, and the other reason is that I'm a manager, and I wanted to see more management and women involved with the lesbian and gay issues at work.
I came out because I was at a point in my life where I felt it was important to come out, to affirm who I am and that I have a right to be who I am and not live in fear or make up excuses at work for what I might have done over the weekend or why I'm not married and just all the questions that always crop up.
Actually, the workplace is one of the few places where I'm not out. I'm out to my family. I was out to my colleagues while I was in school. Went to a university that had a non-discrimination policy and felt very comfortable with that while I was in college. When I came out while in college, the fact that there was that non-discrimination clause there was comforting.
I've been out as a lesbian for a couple years. Before that, it was not fun to be a lesbian at work because no one knew. I couldn't share any of who I really was. And at times, a friend now who I'm out to came and said to me, you know, Sandy, I knew there was a lot more to you, and I just didn't know where it was and what you did and what excited you and what made your life, but you have this level of energy that I saw. And then at work, I saw it diminish because this is someone I did a few things with outside of work, and you seemed much more concerned, much more reserved, and just unwilling to share. And I thought that there was something wrong, personality-wise, or that you really didn't like your job.
One of the first places I came out was in the workplace. I did things somewhat backwards for most people who come out to friends first and maybe eventually in the workplace. Well, I came out in the workplace first because this was becoming a workplace issue. At the same time, I was beginning to deal with it personally. And I'd begun reading about other lesbian gay people on an electronic bulletin board and saw that they were much like me. And one of the things I noticed was that those who were out were much happier than they had been when they were closeted.
I'm not out at work. That causes a lot of turmoil, I guess, in my normal work environment. I spend a lot of time and energy hiding who I am from my coworkers and my peers. That takes its toll also because I get very angry at myself when I don't stand up for myself at work. I come in, I have normal questions that, you know, I guess wouldn't bother other people. What'd you do this weekend? You know, those kind of things. I feel like I hide different parts of my life, and I feel that takes a toll on me. A lot of energy is just spent on that.
Knowing that you're out just gives you the freedom to be more yourself and not have to hide exactly who you are or what you are. And without that stress, and it is stressful, if you do not have that freedom, your productivity inherently suffers. I don't have that anymore.
About 1 out of every 10 employees is a gay man or lesbian woman, and an even higher percentage are bisexual. If you add to that number those employees who have a brother or a sister, a son, a daughter, a mom or dad, or a best friend who's gay, and we begin to understand how many people are affected by the topic of gay issues in the workplace. I'm Brian McNaught, and for the last several years I've been working with corporations who are addressing this issue because they understand that productivity is dramatically affected by anti-gay bias, or what we call homophobia. To combat homophobia, many corporations like AT&T, Disney, Kodak, Procter & Gamble, only to name a few, have instituted policies that prohibit discrimination based upon sexual orientation. Those corporations and many others also offer their employees workshops addressing the issue of homophobia because they want everyone to understand what's the cause of homophobia, what's the effect of homophobia, and how can we together strategize to eliminate homophobia from the workplace.